Good evening, everybody. First, I want to give a quick shout out to 90998, which is in this screenshot right here from VR Chat. Speaking of VR Chat, I'm getting used to the VR headset here. I have the Meta Quest 3, and I've just learned the hard way that when it comes to Steam games, in some cases, never run a Meta Quest or an Oculus headset on Steam VR mode because apparently you're basically doubling the amount of power, especially in your GPU, that you really need to run a game. For example, VR chat that I'm focusing on, it runs a lot harder if you got Steam VR running with a MetaQuest headset. So you have to run it through the Oculus Store, which you get VR chat from there, and there's a huge difference in performance rather than running it through Steam VR mode. If you have a headset that runs exclusive in Steam VR mode, then that is a completely different story. But in my case, that's what I had to do. Other than that, I just want to say thank you all for continuing to support the show for the last 3+ years I've been doing this. I've been very fortunate to have had help, especially from the outside, to keep this show going, especially with the VR headset. Thank you. And what we are going to be, next week, I'm not going to be able to do as much games between Monday to Thursday because I'm having a leisure trip or a small vacation in Las Vegas, Nevada. So Monday to Thursday next week, that's going to be November 20th to the 23rd. So if any of you happen to make a visit to Las Vegas next week, I'd be glad to meet you in public for that one. And what's going to be happening this week, I'm going to touch upon that briefly here. So this Friday, I am going to revisit PlanetSide 2 again because there's an event to try to bring people back to playing PlanetSide 2 again. That's where my adventure first started. That's where I slowly got my personality and I basically got slowly more confident over time. Plus, I couldn't play too many games because of the computer I had at the time. And we're also going to be revisiting Borderlands 3. One of my viewers who decided to be very generous financially to help me out recommended to try Borderlands 3. And I do remember, I believe the community member's name was Azrin. They basically helped me get Borderlands 3 the complete edition. And I did revisit the game. No strong feelings of Borderlands 3 after all this time, but I wanted to give it another go this Sunday, even if it's not going to be a long session before I go to Las Vegas. So this Friday, PlanetSide 2 a revisit, and Borderlands 3 another revisit this Sunday. And we're going to be doing a community night, which I forgot to update the post on Discord until now. So get voting because whatever gets the most votes, we'll be doing on a Saturday night. Wow, that was a lot to talk about on this video. But anyway, I just want to say thank you all for your continued support and patience to the show. I really do appreciate it, and I am very fortunate to still be doing this. And it's always good to meet familiar names on our server and on the chat, for that matter. Again, thank you all so much. Let's keep this going.